Hey everybody, Royal Ascot is almost upon us. A big thank you to the Tote who are sponsoring these videos. They are offering a £10 free bet if you want to click the link below and grab yours. This video, we're just going to run through the Group 1s and have a quick look at the markets as they are at the minute. The first race we're going to look at is the Queen Anne Stakes. I certainly think Circus Maximus is worth taking on. I'm a big fan of Fox Chairman for all of you that follow me, and I think he would have had the beating of him at Chester. He's only had the 4 runs, he's got plenty more to come. He comes in fresh, he's been kept fresh by design. I really like him. He's got form over a straight mile at Newbury, so the straight mile shouldn't be an issue at all. I'm going to actually Dutch in this race, probably. Mo Hatha is the other one I really like. I thought he ran a blinder after injury when coming back in the QE2 Stakes on heavy ground that wouldn't have helped. Finished 5th that day. He was denied a clear run, and that form is as good as the favourites on offer. So the Queen Anne, I think I've got it nailed. Can't have Headman dropping back to a mile. Sounds ridiculous. Dukes of Hazzard is interesting. Not sure he's quite up to the level though. And then you're really clutching at straws at the rest. I think if Fox Chairman and Mo Hatha turn up here, I think they are decent bets. The next one, the next Group 1 race is the King's Stand. Not got a massive strong pin in this. Skeptical's been really impressive, but Tash, you're backing me loses, you don't back me wins. A little bit each way money, perhaps. Tis Marvellous, 33-1. Ran a fast time here in a handicap, carrying 9 stone 8. Just might not have had conditions to repeat that since, and if he gets good to firm ground, I think he could have a little bit of an each way shout. I'll be taking extra places though, but not a massive opinion in the King's Stand. The Prince of Wales is the next race on offer, and I definitely think it's worth taking on Japan here. Look, Aidan O'Brien has said a couple of times that he thinks he's going to need the run. He was well beaten first time out last year. He's around 11 to 10. I think that's plenty short enough for him. I think his best trip is a 1.5 miles. They've already indicated that they will be going back up to a 1.5 miles later on in the season. It's just who do you take him on with. I think it's going to be a bit of a small field here. Headman would be interesting over 1 mile too, although I think his best trip might be 1.5 miles. Adieb, about 12 to 1, looks a little bit of value. Barney Roy's interesting over this trip. But I will be looking to take Japan on the day. With what yet, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to wait for the day in the Prince of Wales. The Gold Cup, I put a tweet out earlier asking, does anyone know if Goshen is going to be going for the Gold Cup? 33 to 1 shot. I tell you what, I really like that animal. I think he could be very good. Look, Stradivarius had a lovely prep run for this race last week behind Gaiath. Kew Gardens has to answer questions about the trip over the 2.5 miles. I don't think there'll be an issue. I think he'll get it. No problem at all. And this is a really competitive race. The more I look at it, I would want to take Stradivarius on, but I always try and take these short price horses on. I think Call to the Wind has got Call the Wind has got a good chance. He's around a 25 to 1 shot. He's been improving this season. Yeah, won a lovely race, beating the likes of DXB in a handicap, albeit in a handicap over in Ryder. But I think he's got a cracking chance of 25 to 1 each way. Again, we're looking ahead of time, so we need to know the ground conditions, etc. But Stradivarius around even money, Kew Gardens around 9 to 2. I think the price difference there is probably a bit too much, to be honest. But there's going to be an angle in there somewhere. There's going to be a bet in there with enhanced places, etc. So if we can get in and get involved, then we certainly will. The Commonwealth Cup is up next. Pierre Lapin heads the market 5 to 1. I really like this horse. Big fan of him last year when I tipped him up to win. But I do feel, looking back now, that Malatrue would have had him beaten if he would not have hung to the left-hand side that day. Malatrue has come on leaps and bounds, and he's around 16 to 1 for this race. I think he could be a very, very good horse. He should have won at Newcastle the other day, and he had to be a good horse to come around the field and get back up just to be denied on the line. I think he's pretty useful, you know. But I'm interested to see Kimari, Hurricane Ivor if he comes over. Wooded looks pretty useful over this sort of trip. But Malatrue, for me, at the moment, looks pretty useful. I'll tell you what, I would be interested if Wichita stepped down to 6 furlongs. Don't see that going to be happening, though. I think he's going to be staying at 1 mile. But he showed plenty of speed in the 2,000 guineas, so that would be interesting. But at the moment, it's Malatrue. The Coronation Stakes is the other Group 1. I can't find any sort of betting for it at the minute, so I'm going to have to give that a skip. The St James's Palace Stakes, likely where Wichita is going to actually go. I would have Pinatubo to reverse that form. reverse that Guineas form with Wichita. I don't think, I had a little bit of a doubt about it before the race, but I don't think Newmarket really suits Pinatubo at all. The mile is no issue for Pinatubo. He stayed on lovely, and he looked in desperate need of the run that day. I would suspect that he's going to come on quite a bit from that race. Just my gut feeling. I really like him. Kamiko did well at Newmarket. He's very much like Roaring Lion. He's just a grinder. He grinds things out. Would be no surprise should he continue to go on and improve this season. It'll probably be one of those horses that he try and take on all season and he keeps winning. But Pinatubo around 7-4. If you said you could have had this before the Guineas, you would be grabbing it with both hands. And the fact that he looked like he wanted to run at the Guineas, I just think 7-4 was a fair enough price about him. The others, for me, have got to step forward. Palace Piers interested in around 6s, but not really wanting to take Pinatubo on now. He's going to be race fit. Right, the Diamond Jubilee is next. I was going to talk about Far Above for this, back to 6 furlongs, but fortunately, Far Above has been retired after sustaining an injury at Newmarket when winning so impressively over 5 furlongs last time out. Oxford is the one for me at the moment. I think Space Blues, who's at the head of the market around 8-1, along with Hello Youmzain, I think that horse is better over 7 furlongs. And this Derby Jubilee is obviously over 6 furlongs. Cardem feels like he's got a little bit of unfinished business. He's around 14-1. Cape Byron's very interesting at 14-1. Although I just feel he falls below this top class, even at Ascot. One Master, interesting. But again, it's same old. I'm looking for something different, something to change it up. Something to come on and improve. And Oxted at the moment is that horse that could just improve along with Cardem. So those would be my interests at the moment. The likes of Tab Deed, Speaking Colours, Big Prices, Sunday Sovereign, Big Price, and a lot of nice horses in here. But I'm looking for something to improve, and that could be Oxted. Really like the way he did it at Newmarket. Stretched out, lovely. 6 furlongs really seems to be his game. And this stiff 6 furlongs at Ascot, I think, is really going to suit him. So he would be definitely of interest. I think we've covered all the Group 1s by the Coronation. We're getting really excited. Again, thank you very much to the Tote for sponsoring this video. Click the link below if you want your £10 free bet. I'm really getting excited now. It's going to be a brilliant week next week. Thanks very much.